So what's going on with y'all boys? Today I'm here to review the latest chapter of One Piece. This chapter is titled, of course, Luffy versus Kizaru, and as the title tells you, a lot of this chapter is Luffy versus Kizaru. And of course, we get to see Gear 5 Luffy once again as last chapter. He went into the form last chapter, and I think just like every other appearance of this form, man, it's a joy to read, man. I love Gear 5 Luffy. I love him. And it's a great fight. I love how these panels flow too when he's fighting. I love this fight. I love how it flows in the manga, and I love Luffy being goofy. I love these reactions. Like, I love this fight. It was a joy to read, right? So that's the most of the chapter, right? Is Luffy versus Kizaru. The other half of this chapter is them trying to get Jewelry Bonnie, going to try to retrieve her, and of course get Vegapunk out of here before he kills it, before Kizaru gets to him. And it's just like, man, like, Kizaru be so close too, bro. Like, he was fighting Luffy, and he had appeared. He just went ahead and disappeared into where the Straw Hats were, holding Usopp just by his chin, by his chin, just by his chin, right? He'd be like so close to him, because that's like right after they had went ahead and dipped out to go get Bonnie, right? And another thing in this chapter is, what's his name? Vegapunk again remarks how he does not want them to kill a little girl, referring to Bonnie. So I'm like, really, how old is she? Like, it's gonna be interesting. To find out her real age, because they're really leaning into the fact that she might be a lot younger than she actually is. Another thing about this chapter, I'm just gonna jump around this chapter. Another thing about this chapter is Rob Lucci, bro. Like, oh my goodness. Like, oh my goodness, what a fall from grace. Because they're not even taking him seriously here. Zoro says, if this is the best he's got, he shouldn't even fall to the captain's... He shouldn't even fall to the captain's... Fuck, I don't even know why I'm reading it like that. He shouldn't fall to the captain to handle him. Basically saying, dude, you're not on Luffy's level. Now, the context behind this scene is Luffy just pops in and asks Zoro, yo, you need help with Rob Lucci, right? And he's like, nah, man, he's in shit, right? And then Rob Lucci over here is like, I guess the head of an emperor, the second in command of an emperor's crew, is a decent consultation prize. You know what's crazy about this? Not too long ago, Rob Lucci was talking like, yo, I don't even take Luffy seriously as an emperor. Like, he's not even emperor to me. And now look at him. Like, he's really just a joke. Like, he's really a joke now, man. But like I said, also another scene I liked is Sentomaru actually saves Bonnie right here. He passes out after that. Now I don't know who he was feeling like here. I don't know if he was really feeling like Zoro here or whatever. He thinks he must think he's Zoro or something. But no, I do really like this scene. I like it as it's really just a last hurrah for him, and I like it. I like this scene a lot. Now, like I said, the second half of this chapter, besides the Luffy versus Kizaru stuff, is, you know, them trying to retrieve Bonnie. In the beginning of the chapter, we see them set up a little rescue team so they could go ahead and go save her before the Marines get to her. So that's basically like I said, that's the second half of the chapter. And this chapter ends with Atlas going ahead and telling the pacifistas to go ahead and eradicate every Marine on this island. And it says, are the tides about to change? Are they about to turn? Yes, it's going to turn. It's going to be interesting. Man. They're not getting off this island without a bloodbath. But like I said, this chapter is a little bit shorter than a normal chapter. Like the spoiler says, 15 pages long, and most of it is fighting. So not too much information. We see Saturn appear here, so he hears what's going on. So I'm really interested to see, you know, how they, like, obviously we know they're gonna get off the island, right? But dang, they're not getting out of this without like major, you know, they're not getting out of this without a fight, man. So I'm interested to see, man, how the next chapter goes without considering the effects of this chapter, you know, with Atlas's command. How it's really going to be chaos, bro. It's really going to be chaos, and I'm definitely ready to see that, man. But There's supposed to be a break next week, as I was talking about with the spoilers. There's a break next week, so definitely good for me, man, because I do need to get my shit together, man. So definitely need to catch them on other reviews and other videos. My Gear 5 video, it's in the works right now, and I'm not gonna lie, bro. I don't know if that's just gonna be out by Monday. I don't know. So that's a good thing for me. I don't have to, you know, scramble to cover these spoilers. I get a little bit of a week off. But what did you think about this chapter? I thought it was, like I said, I really love the fighting. I actually really like the fighting. You know, One Piece, like I've said a bunch of times, One Piece is not really known for its fights. It doesn't have the best fight scenes. You know, they're good, but they're not the best, right? But I really liked how this fight flowed in this chapter, and yeah, I liked it. But yeah, I think that's really all for me. I kind of jumped around a lot in this review, so I apologize. But that's all for me, and I'll see you on the next one.